The internet is essentially a global network connected by fiber optic cables, similar to telephone lines. This network allows computers and mobile devices to communicate with servers and data centers worldwide, providing instant access to information. Back in the 1960s, during the Cold War, American scientists were worried that a Soviet attack could destroy communication systems. At that time, communication relied heavily on centralized phone lines, so experts needed a more secure, decentralized system that could continue working even if parts were destroyed. In 1962, J.C.R. Licklider, a scientist from MIT, envisioned a network that could securely connect all computers, laying the foundation for the internet. By 1969, engineer Larry Roberts and his team developed ARPANET, linking computers in universities and research labs. The challenge was that different computers used different languages, so researchers Robert Kahn and Vinton Cerf created a solution, the Transmission Control Protocol, TCP, and Internet Protocol, IP, which allowed all computers to communicate seamlessly. On January 1, 1983, ARPANET adopted the IP protocol, marking the true start of the Internet. Initially, it served only universities and government institutions, but in the early 1990s, the World Wide Web, WWW, invented by Tim Berners-Lee, opened the Internet to the general public. This innovation allowed everyday people to easily share information online.
The question is
how the Internet works. When you type a URL like google.com, the text is actually a domain name, with .com being the top-level domain. Typing www indicates you're accessing the global World Wide Web. However, when using platforms like Netflix or YouTube, you're connecting to specific servers rather than the entire web. Think of the internet as a vast system of roads connecting cities. The World Wide Web is everything you see along those roads. Websites are like the houses or shops. Now, how does your device actually find a website? When you enter a domain like facebook.com, your browser converts it into a unique IP address using a domain name server, DNS. This IP address helps your device locate the correct server, which then processes and sends the data back to you. You'll often see HTTPS before a web address, which stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, a system that encrypts your data for safe communication. Who controls the internet? Although no single entity owns the internet, governments can control access. For example, during protests in Bangladesh, the internet was shut down for 10 days. In China, platforms like Facebook and YouTube are heavily restricted. To bypass these controls, you can use tools like a virtual private network, VPN, which helps you access blocked websites by masking your IP address. Another solution is to use a public DNS server for faster and unrestricted access. When you upload data, photos, videos, or files, they're stored in huge data centers operated by companies like Google and Amazon. These data centers have servers that handle vast amounts of information. Think of these servers as the backbone of the internet, processing and storing the data that makes the web function. The internet has revolutionized how we communicate, work, and live. But it's important to use it wisely. Too much internet use, especially on social media, can lead to problems like mental health issues or a lack of real-world interaction. Everything in moderation, right? Just like water can be harmful when too hot or too cold, excessive internet use can have negative effects. So, enjoy the internet, but don't forget to spend time in the real world, whether it's with friends, family, or in nature.